Welcome back to the Sneak This, your weekly podcast on sneakers, sports, culture, and other nonsense. Made by sneakerheads for sneakerheads. Find the podcast streaming on iTunes, Google Play Music, Stitcher, YouTube, and on the website, which is updated daily at www.thesneakdis.com. Get at us on Twitter at @the_sneakdis, Instagram at @thesneakdis, and check out the Facebook page, The Sneak This Podcast. And now, on to the Sneak This.
Follow us or else.
No, episode 24.
24, the Kobe Bryant edition.
Yeah. Ryan, Greg, George, back in the building.
Boing, boing, boing.
Don't mind my voice. I lost it somehow. I don't know if I'm sick or allergies, but the show must go on. What are we talking about, Ryan?
Got a lot of stuff going on this week. You got the Kaepernick protesting America, sitting for the national anthem.
All right, shut up.
We
Get an early shut up for simple.
got a lot of stuff going on. Bread One's coming out this weekend. Jordan 11 Low closing ceremonies came out last weekend. And we had something fun this week, a day that I look forward to every year, that you and I sat down last Sunday and did fantasy football drafts. I had a blast at the fantasy football draft. You not actually you did a lot. You did a lot better this
team is
year.
off the hook.
You're actually like projected to get fourth in the league. I'm projected to get first. You're projected to get fourth.
Every year you're projected to get first. I don't even know how.
I'm like a master drafter.
Somehow.
So, and I had the first pick, which I did not want at all.
You were upset about that.
I was super upset. So, all you people out there for your fantasy drafts, good luck. Good luck for fantasy football. But let's start it off with pickups.
Wait, what pick did you want if you didn't want the first pick? This is actually a year where the first pick is actually a decent pick.
I like picking. Who would you have taken with the first pick?
Brown?
Okay,
I mean,
I
in
took Brown.
PPR, I would take Brown.
Well, we have standard scoring, but I still took Brown.
In standard scoring, I might have, I don't know.
Gurley?
Yeah, probably Gurley.
Yeah. I mean, it was a toss-up between Brown and Gurley for me. I took Brown. We have a standard scoring league. I don't know. Like, I feel like picking one and then not in the snake draft, not getting around again until the 20th pick. Like, I feel like you get more value at like 6 and 12 than you do, or 6 and 16, right? 6 and 16, yeah. Than you do at 1
but the
and
difference between Brown and the next tier wide receivers is gigantic. I mean, is Julio healthy? Do we even know? He got
as far as I know, but he got hurt again.
Him and Beckham are the only ones. I know a lot of people like to put other receivers in that top tier, but those are the only three guys that I see. That
Who else?
I think Beckham actually went.
Dez
yes,
up there.
if his quarterback was healthy.
Beckham actually went fourth to Mr. Gregory Robeson. Fourth or
Yeah, I
fifth?
mean,
Were you fourth or fifth? pick?
AJ Green
Fourth.
is probably the next guy on that list for borderline if he's not hurt.
Who also got hurt.
So who went
And I
to
have him on
Gurley?
two teams.
Was it Brown, Gurley, Peterson?
No, oh, yeah, he took Gurley.
Gurley, then Peterson, then you for Beckham at 4?
Somebody took Peterson at third?
That's the only other option I could think
know.
of. Zeke went 7th in our draft, which I was. Where'd Zeke go in your guys' drafts? Because I'm surprised he went 7 in ours, not being a keepers league.
Well, both the ones that I was in were keeper leagues, so in one of them he went number 1 because the other dudes were kept. And then in the other one, it was PPRs. No, one league that I was in is not a keeper league, and it's PPR, so Brown went number 1.
Yeah.
And then Elliott went in the one that was a keeper league, even though I don't know if whoever owns, like, Le'Veon Bell kept him or not. Le'Veon Bell,
Le'Veon Bell still went in the first round in our draft with his 3-week suspension.
Yeah, I got him in the second round.
I got him in another draft.
I mean,
It gives you too many points.
you can still make an argument he's still the best running back in the league. I guess Gurley is.
Oh, no, I'm not. I mean, he's great, but I still think he's injury prone. I think he's going to get hurt.
Well, I got Josh Gordon, the greatest receiver in the NFL, in the 7th round.
I mean, if you're going to say that,
Not
you
a
might as
bad
well
pick.
just say, like, in NFL history. If you're
In
just going to
NFL
make it
history.
ridiculous, you might as well just go to the top.
You know Josh Gordon is in the top 5, going to be a top 5 receiver this year when he comes back.
Who is the quarterback?
RG3.
A Baylor
Again.
connection.
But he does-
Again,
okay,
who is the
but
quarterback?
who is his quarterback 3 years ago
That's
when he
just true.
led
he was
the
doing
league
great.
in receiving yards and touchdowns.
I want to say it was Hoyer, but I'm
He
not
had like
sure
4
about that.
quarterbacks.
I think it was Hoyer.
So
That might have been like Hoyer's
Josh
best
Gordon
year ever.
Josh Gordon is.
He's definitely a nice little
Oh,
pick
I'm not
later on.
saying he's not a good
I mean,
player.
for a
He's a very
seventh,
good player.
I think the 7th was too early, but knowing that I wasn't going to get back around for another 20 picks, I took him where I took him. So
I mean, if he had been in the league playing football throughout that time frame, then I could understand it. But when you're out of the league, what are you doing? Like, was he been? I know I saw him catch a long pass in game 2 in the preseason, but
two
is
long
he
passes.
doing anything else?
2 long
been doing
passes,
good.
1 for a touchdown. He looks good.
He
Okay.
looks
Pause.
Is he running routes correctly? Is he dropping passes?
He's running routes
Is
correctly.
it-
He's not dropping passes.
He's
RG3
not
is
being targeted
underthrowing.
enough. Yeah, he's looking.
RG3
You
is
been
under.
watching the Browns or something?
Been watching all preseason.
Okay.
It came on CBS. It was just on regular TV.
Yeah, on last Thursday.
No one has time
Or
to
Friday.
watch all preseason.
But
watching all of them.
RG3 has
No one has time for
I
that.
watched the replays too.
Yeah, RG3 has grossly underthrown him on like 2 of his greatest catches. So he's made good adjustments.
That's a fact.
He looks good. He looks
But
good.
the fact that Ryan said I drafted better this year shows I've been watching. I've been studying.
Yo,
it,
you've been
right?
studying.
I've been doing some major
until the rails came off in the 5th round. In the 5th round, when he took Kirk Cousins, when he had taken Russell Wilson in the 2nd round.
That's not a bad pick.
You had a quarterback and you took Kirk Cousins.
I don't
He
think
gets touchdowns.
I don't think Kirk Cousins got picked in either one of the drafts.
Yeah, I don't think he was either.
just so we're clear.
We'll see. According to Yahoo, I'm ranked pretty high. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm taking Melvin Gordon in the 5th round.
Yo, what's our top 10 list today?
Oh, we got top 10 most underrated shoes of all time to us. And also, we're also going to get into the Sneak Dis NFL preview.
Oh, that's right.
And I am going to redeem myself today.
You better, because last time
I'm on the
weird.
redeem team. It was weird. It was a little
Redeem
weird.
team,
It was a
huh?
little weird. Yeah. Yeah, my list was a little weird last time, okay? Like, I picked Reebok Classics and,
I don't know what you was into.
yeah, I was on one. But,
I
like,
didn't realize
today,
you guys are picking shoes this time. All right.
what are you talking about? That's the whole Sneak Dis style. Dang. What is he talking about? He never comes prepared.
He's in a mood today.
Dang. It's because he's wearing an Adidas shirt with
Simple
Nike shoes.
came in cussing people out, and you think I'm in a mood.
He came in wearing a Sneak This t-shirt.
Sneak Dis t-shirt.
I got
Out of control.
That has to go on Instagram.
Yo.
I gotta go on Instagram.
Sneak Dis t-shirts available soon
Tell him to take a selfie.
on the sneakdis.com.
and the Supreme hat.
And a Supreme hat.
So
And what am I wearing on my feet today? Runners Ultra Boost.
I don't even think
Life.
I've ever seen you wear boots.
This is the 2nd time.
Like
that's
ever.
that's a Supreme hat.
This is Supreme hat.
Yeah. Ooh, George
is
is
that?
intrigued.
No, I mean, it
cop.
looks like a cross. I didn't think they did
Supreme
something like that.
camo.
I don't
cross hat.
understand it,
It's from like 2013.
Oh yeah, I didn't realize they did that. No, I'm not intrigued. I'm just don't know what.
I don't understand the cross thing.
Praise
but-
God.
Okay. Kaepernick.
Kaepernick
Everybody saw what happened. Sat down during the national anthem.
I don't know if I was,
hates America.
what did they? It was live on TV or something. I didn't see. That's not. I heard about it on social media.
I heard about social media as well.
I heard about it watching Sports Center, but you know what's funny? Like, I don't know if like live did somebody say like, "Hey, where's Kaepernick?"
I
Like,
thought it was from an interview or something.
no, he showed him like sitting on the bench. Everybody else is standing. He was sitting on the bench or whatever, and then
Oh, I didn't even see.
I don't know at what point did it come out that he was making like a stand or something like that, or if
No.
anybody noticed it or asked him. But is it good, bad, matters?
Oh, I mean,
Well, I mean, it depends on who you ask.
That's a
It's a
fact.
non-issue. All right, the
don't know.
overreaction is hilarious to me.
It really, you know what? It really is, and it's like, if that's your way of expressing yourself, I mean, that's fine. Is it, in my opinion, is it the right way? No, I think there's better ways to do it than like I feel like the national anthem isn't for the police officers or for, you know, whatever. It's for America as a whole. It's for the people that serve our country. It's for, you know, everything.
Yeah, but I understand what he's saying.
And
like,
I do understand what he's saying, yes. But I think that there's a better way to go about it than the way he's doing it. And I've even read stuff when I was looking it up today for this topic about the fact that he might get cut before the Thursday night game because of the fact that it's in San Diego, and San Diego's predominantly, they have military bases there. It's a very strong military-backed community.
I mean, so is he like not gonna be on the Niners this year or what?
If they keep him if they have him on the roster week 1, they owe him like $15 million next season. So the consensus right now is that he most likely will be cut before the season starts, because otherwise I think they said he would be like the 4th or 5th highest QB next season. He's not even a starter.
I mean, he wasn't in camp. He had like a little injury issue and things like that. But I mean, I hope it doesn't have anything to do with this sitting during the national anthem or anything like that. Like, I don't know. I don't find it to be bad. Like you said, it depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
I kind of find it weird that he did it during a preseason game, though.
Yeah.
Like, I thought that was a little weird.
Especially if your job's on the line. To bring that much negative attention to yourself when your job's on the line, like, hey, you want to make the stands? Make sure you're gonna get your $15 million for next year, and then sit down on the bench.
But then when I seen like Niners fans angry, I just don't believe that. I don't go for fake righteousness. Fake righteousness is ridiculous.
I saw videos of people
set stuff on fire.
Yeah, lighting the jersey on fire, playing the national anthem.
That's fake righteousness, because let him go out there and ball out,
and you'll love him.
No one will say a single word.
Win a Super Bowl.
I'm not gonna.
Everybody will forget.
That's just how football is. I'm sorry. I don't care who it is. Like, Greg Hardy was on the Cowboys last year. All right, this guy has beat up women. All right. Now look, I don't condone anything like that. But if he would have went out there and balled out, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I would have been like, oh, I don't care, get him off my team. Like, I knew he was a psychopath, but Cowboys needed something. If Ray Rice got on the Browns or got on the Raiders and went out there and ran like crazy, nobody would say a single thing.
Nope.
Somebody would say something, but same thing. I mean, it's fake righteousness though. Like, I'm not with it. He's should be able to do that.
Ray Lewis.
I mean, this NFL exec compared him to Ray Caruth, all right, who committed murder. Okay,
no, you can't do that.
Like, that's wild. Like, I understand what he's doing. Some of the biggest decisions and changes in like our society happened from somebody protesting and sitting down. Like, Rosa Parks sitting on the bus.
Yep.
When black people couldn't go in like certain places and eat, they sat and did sit-ins. Like, I get what he's doing. It's just the climate and the time period. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and be like he hates America. Like, it's almost like when Gabby Douglas didn't put her hand on her heart during the gymnastics thing. Like, first of all, you put your hand on your heart during the Pledge of Allegiance, all right, not the national anthem, all right. Second, she's wearing a USA uniform. Yeah. Like,
the only problem is that until yesterday, nobody knew Colin Kaepernick was black. So,
well, I think only one person didn't know he was black.
If you guys are listening, like, you have to listen to Rodney Harrison's.
You have to listen to it.
You have to listen to it. It was so baffling. An NFL analyst had no idea Colin Kaepernick was black. I don't know what he thought he was.
And was still putting his opinion out there.
Still.
I don't get it. Absolute moron. And you know what? I'm sorry. Well, I would say he should be fired. Well, I was saying that Rodney Harrison should be fired because I thought he was making a different point about him being a black man, like that he's not like black, like, whatever.
See, I don't, stuff like that, like PC stuff, when they fire people for PC reasons, I don't have an issue. I mean, to me, that people shouldn't be fired for PC things.
Kurt Schilling?
In my opinion. I mean, I don't know. Do I agree with the stuff that Kurt Schilling is posting on the internet? No, absolutely not. Does it affect how good he I thought he was an awful baseball analyst.
Yeah. He was the Reggie Miller of baseball.
Honest.
I thought he was always drunk. He looks crazy.
He looks crazy.
I'll be honest. I think he's awful at his job.
Yeah. I don't like Kurt Schilling at all.
Whether what he's posting on the internet affects him doing that job is not.
They note that.
To me,
there's a white person I don't like.
You don't like a lot of white people.
I don't like a lot of people.
Okay, but anyways, the whole like PC thing where it's like people have to like watch their words or they get fired. I don't necessarily agree with that unless you work in a certain job where, as a police officer, as a judge, as someone in law enforcement or something like that, where you're expected to
uphold a certain
be a higher hold a higher example or whatever for society. Absolutely, in a job like that.
Yeah.
Colin Kaepernick is a quarterback in the NFL. Kurt Schilling is a baseball analyst for ES. These are entertainment things. You know what I mean? So I don't agree with like that Rodney Harrison should be fired for that. I think Rodney Harrison should be fired because he's awful. He
really is.
Number one, he's one of the maybe the least intelligent people to do football analysis or sports analysis.
I mean,
and it goes to show based on what he said. Colin Kaepernick is clearly, biracial or multiracial.
That's what I asked you guys. Like, what did he think he was?
He must thought he was like Middle Eastern.
And Rodney Harrison,
Hawaiian.
okay, so for me, I'm not black, so it's hard for me to call, say Uncle Tom or like, the worst terminology. But Rodney Harrison literally is up on stage dancing for the rich white man, collecting checks. And for him to have the nerve to say something like that is absolutely ridiculous to me. I completely understand why, like, rich white people and people who are on the very far right of society would have a problem with what Colin Kaepernick did because that's their belief system. But Rodney Harrison tried to embarrass him from, like, the standpoint of, like, being a black man.
And you're not black.
And having an issue with it.
That was the
makes
thing.
No sense.
Like, his point, it couldn't be made because his point wasn't, it was just baffling. You have to listen to it. It was so weird. Did you listen to it?
No.
So you have to listen to it.
I saw some of the transcript and then all the tweets that he sent out afterwards.
Like the host said, basically, like, what do you mean about not being a black guy? He was like, well, I have a black face. Like, he was like, it was so weird. I mean, if there's anybody who has CTE, it's definitely Rodney Harrison. Like, I don't know what is wrong with him, though.
He's never been, the thing about it is, like, no one in the NFL has ever liked him. He's always had a reputation of being
a dick,
an idiot, an asshole, whatever you want to call it. Like, even the players didn't like him. So,
and he's doing football life this season.
And he's awful on television. God. I mean, the whole, I guess, probably it kind of bothers me, too, that, like, him, Dan Patrick, and Tony Dungy are just, like, the corniest, like, triumvirate or threesome pause, whatever you want to call it, just the corniest group of people to talk about sports.
See, Dan Patrick didn't used to be that way.
I'm just tired of hearing them.
Dan Patrick didn't used to be that way. He started getting like really rich, I think, like making so much money.
Oh yeah,
he got whacked. Tony Dungy is just boring anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Leave Dungy alone. Come on.
Look, he's a nice guy.
Come on.
I didn't say he was a bad person, but he's boring. Like,
he's dry. He's a little dry.
I'm not even sure if he's like corny. Like he doesn't have enough personality to be corny.
He just doesn't have personality.
You have to have a personality to be corny. Like he's just
dry.
There. He's just dry and boring. Like for that to be your three, literally on the highest rated TV show during a certain amount of time during the year is wild. But that's the thing. So I don't know.
So
I don't
overall,
I don't think nobody's gonna like Nike. They were talking about like asking Nike what they felt about it or something. I didn't see what was said, but like
I'll tell you this. If he makes the roster, if he somehow becomes a starter, I'm sure you're going to see, if he continues to do this, some after the whistle stuff and some shots taken out.
I don't think the players disagree with him. I mean, at least the majority of the players.
The refs might.
There are a lot of players that have come out in defense of him and a lot of players that have come out and criticized him. So I think it's probably 50-50. And whether it's right or wrong, it's his.
To be honest with you, the criticism of what he's done is completely hypocritical in my opinion, because he is exercising a right that he has.
Exactly. But people are people are coming out and saying, "Hey, my brother or my my uncle or my dad served in the military, and this is disrespectful to the military," and that's how they view it. So,
but that's completely misguided.
It is misguided, and it might not be his. It might not be what he's trying to do, but that's how people are viewing it, and it's irritating and aggravating some people. So whether it's misguided or not, whether his movement is misguided or not, people perceive things the way that the people perceive things, and some people perceive it as that.
Right, but not players in the league. I mean, there might be a few here and there, but I guarantee you the majority of the players in the league.
I just wonder what would happen, and I hate even talking hypothetically, if like let's say Tom Brady did it. Like, I wonder what would happen.
Someone brought that up today. Like, if Russell Wilson did that, they would just leave him out on the field and not even complain about it. But that's just really what it is. You already said, you talked about Greg Hardy, and you can go down the list. And I'm not even necessarily talking about guys who are in trouble for smoking weed, because to me, smoking weed is not that big a deal. But for actual transgressions like domestic violence, what was the other one? Hit and run, DUI, where they actually got in a car
assaults.
accident. Yeah, I mean,
we have DUIs,
knocking your wife out in an elevator.
We have actual DUIs.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Killed
Domestic
people.
violence. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah,
crazy
yeah,
stuff.
DUI, car accident when someone's died. Like that's an actual transgression where that person is a criminal.
I'll tell you what.
Colin Kaepernick is not a criminal. Do I agree with sitting down when the flag is being raised up? No, but I also don't care enough to get upset about it. The fact that people get upset about this is absolutely ridiculous.
Well, that's a good point. The one person who's probably like, oh yeah, I'm glad this is an issue right now, is probably Roger Goodell.
Oh, I thought you said Ryan Lochte.
And Ryan Lochte.
Yeah, because he ain't in the news no more.
So I guess in closing, then
Blaine Gabbert. Blaine Gabbert. Wait, who's the quarterback?
Yeah, he's like, this man's gonna get cut. I just want to start.
He was already the number one anyway.
Yeah. So all right, then I guess let him do what he does, and we'll see after this Thursday.
I don't see a big deal.
So we've skipped pickups. We got pickups this week. You got pickups this week?
I got gold 11 lows.
Gold 11 lows.
Probably going back.
I picked up some gold 11 lows in the Nike USA Olympic jacket, the zip up. Got that on sale.
And I took a lot of people on Instagram, Twitter, upset that I said 11s were overrated.
You did. I was reading some of those comments.
And I'm saying, but you know what?
But this weekend, they're sitting everywhere. So did that prove your point?
That proved my point. They should sit. Like, it's a nice shoe, and it's
a beautiful shoe. It really is a beautiful shoe.
Shouldn't nobody be like, raffle tickets? They should be first come, first serve now. All 11 lows, all 11s should be just like, they're out there. Like, they're overrated.
So also, you made a point. I think when we did the Hall of Flames and we talked about Breads and Royals, and you were like, "That's a staple sneaker. That's a sneaker you should be able to go into a store anytime,
all the time,
and you should be able to pick up
just
a pair.
like a white Air Force One, just like a shell toe, just like a Stan Smith or whatever."
So how are we going to do this weekend on the banned ones that are coming out? They're flying. They're flying.
I don't think they're flying.
You don't think they're flying?
No.
So we all have a chance.
I think they're going to sell out.
They'll sell out.
But do you think they're flying?
No.
What do you mean by that?
Like if I miss out on a pair, what do you think my damage is going to be in a week?
Oh, I think in about a week or two, 250.
Really?
Yeah.
I could.
They're 160. I'm kind of happy about. I thought they're going to be 190. I think 250, and that's not even bad to swing. Not for a bread. Like,
no, I would
swing the 250.
Okay with 250.
Like,
well, pre-orders are what, 350 or something like that. So I think it's going to be a little bit higher than 250. But that
later on,
we're talking like a month. 3 weeks, month down the road. Once everything settles, the dust settles. There's so many
versions of it.
Yeah,
now.
I mean, there's a lot. It came out 3 years ago.
It depends on multiple things. It depends on how many restocks, how quickly it sells out to begin with. It's
Royals.
The Jordan market is unpredictable right now.
It is unpredictable right now.
How people react to things coming out.
I think the execution on the Olympic fives with the gold tongue is
beautiful.
Probably one of the best non-OG fives that has ever come out, and it's still sitting. It's been 3 weeks.
I think some of the best non-traditional OG colorway Jordans have released in the last
probably 6 months.
Like you said, you said, Jordan.
Even the Nike Air Jordan 5 Metallics are still sitting.
Like when I said fives are trash, and you said, well, they're not trash. We like fives. We just don't wear fives. Metallic fives shouldn't be sitting. If Jordan Brand was still the juggernaut it was 3 years ago,
500,000 pairs or whatever it is. I mean, that's.
Like Ryan said, these gold ones off the hook.
And I have.
We talked about this before. They're too expensive as well. So
they are too expensive. But I bought a pair. I tried them on. They're, in my opinion, the Concord 11 lows and the gold closing ceremony 11 lows are the two best 11 lows. Period. Maybe the original cherry and the ones that just came out. Those rival it. I'm a fan of the white uppers on the 11 lows.
I love it, but I'm not gonna wear it. Like I'm probably gonna take it back. It's just not. Like I said, if I could get my hands on a few pair of bread, I'm keeping them. If I don't get bread ones this time, I'm retiring from sneakers forever. The sneak this will literally just be my knowledge of looking at websites and Twitter. I will never buy another sneaker again.
You can trade.
You will never. You won't buy Ultra Boost.
You can trade infrared.
Yeezys.
You can trade infrared.
NMDs.
I don't know, man. We'll see.
Okay. Yeah. Not retiring.
You can
retiring from Jordans.
You can trade infrared 6 for a pair.
Of what?
You probably could trade an infrared 6
Black
for a
Red
pair of
one.
the
And I'll
black,
give up
of the band
3
ones.
pair of infrared 6s
For one?
a pair of bread ones.
For
I'm
one?
saying, like the new one, you probably could do
Dang,
one.
if you're about to give up 3
trade.
pairs, I might cop a pair
You already have like 3 pairs.
I might cop a pair for $250 just to
He
trade
just
you for
wants
3
to go
pairs.
sell them and make money off it.
Make some cash.
Look, man, if anybody listening and they want to hook us up, hook us up. All right.
Actually,
hey.
no. What I need,
Bot.
I mean,
Give us those bots.
Yeah, okay. I
Do
do.
bots matter still?
I don't know, dude.
They do for Supreme.
My little brother just bought a Supreme bot for the whole season for $500. So if y'all need anything,
All right.
hit me up.
500.
They matter for Supreme. They matter for
the whole season.
I think some of the like consortium Adidas releases.
Shout out my little brother.
Yes, shout them out.
He didn't even say his name.
Shout out little brother Justin.
I think bots still do matter in some respect. People seem convinced that like even with Yeezys, bots are winning. I don't know how. One of the thing,
I don't know.
lets you
There's
in
so
is
many
random.
captchas and so many fucking
Yeah, I don't understand
loopholes to jump through. So
That. What were you talking about?
we were talking about our pickups, and we went into Jordan 11 lows, and
No,
they're
I
sitting.
know.
Then we started talking about bread ones and how they're going to sell out.
Yeah.
And now we're moving into
No,
the
hold
sneak
on. You said
diss.
something and you were.
He said he was going to
I said
retire.
I was going to retire.
No. I know that.
Oh.
All right, never mind. If I think of it, I'll.
Anyways,
And now we're moving into the sneak diss NFL preview.
God, I wonder how this podcast is going to sound. My voice sounds crazy.
You sound good, bro. You sound like what's that cat? It's got the raspy D voice.
Darth Vader?
You kind of do sound like Darth Vader, yeah.
I don't know. That's all I got. James Earl Jones? What you want to say? The king of Zamunda?
You sound like an old jazz singer.
You guys need to chill.
Dang, that's like Billie Holiday. Like we said, 11 lows, dope. I think they're dope. But I'm not gonna actually I don't know yet.
And from what I've been hearing from
But
everybody,
they're definitely not the best 11 lows, like you said. They're not better than cherries. I think.
okay, I'll
I
give you
actually
cherries.
like those navy with the gum bottom, but I'm
haven't
not
seen them in
a
person
sucker for
yet.
gum
Have you
bottoms,
seen those in
so-
person though? Because they kind of suck in person.
I've never seen them in person. I think the cherry lows might be better than the originals.
I will tell you that the cherry lows that came out this year, yes, they actually might be better than the gold ones. They are really nice. But I think it's one of the top 3 or 4 11 lows. Then I would say maybe not the best, but it's up there. They're nice. I'm glad I have them. I'm sure it'll be a shoe in 3 or 4 years. That'll be, it's like those ones that came out a few years ago with the red bottom. People were calling them the cherry, but the one that was all white with the red bottom.
Oh, those suck.
sat for a month.
They did?
They sat for a month. I just sold a pair for $375. So
Nah, I don't remember them sitting because we had them. I don't remember them sitting like that.
I don't.
I remember
that.
going into
We
Chic
we
a
camped
week
at
after.
Chic for those.
I remember going to Chic at
oh,
Scottsdale
yeah.
Mall 3 weeks after they came out and being able to get a 9.5.
We camped at Chic at Scottsdale.
I went in there 3 weeks after they still had a 9.5.
I don't know because that was the very first 11 low ever.
To re-release, yes, or to come out since the originals, yes.
That came out before Concords, right?
But it was like 2 or 3 weeks they sat in stores.
I don't know about that. Bro.
I'm telling you,
Maybe
they
it
did.
was a
I had
restock or
I had
something.
5 pairs of them.
I think Twitter RSVP might have still been cracking off back then.
That might have been before Twitter RSVP, honestly.
That was when Twitter RSVP first started because I remember specifically we put the request in and didn't get the response back for like 2-3 hours, and we were panicked like, I can't believe we lost.
It was something like that. You still got yours? Oh,
I just bought yours.
that's a fact. So next, what are we talking about?
Let's get into our NFL preview.
Oh yeah. So we're just gonna wrap up since we
We're
started.
not wrapping up. We have
We
next
got one
week
more
still.
week. But we're just gonna wrap up the AFC.
The AFC this week.
So we're gonna do AFC East, AFC South, and AFC North. Get those out the way. Go through those real quick. I'm gonna go first. Patriots. I'm gonna just go through my teams. Well,
Go
the
for it.
first 2 in the East.
Go for it.
So Patriots last year 12-4. This season Brady is out. How many games? 3, 4.
4 games.
4
Comes out
games.
Week 5 against the Cleveland Browns.
They'll go 500. They'll probably lose against
The Cardinals.
Cardinals
Yep.
and maybe Dolphins. Maybe. Dolphins give them a hard time sometimes. All right. I think they might lose that. I think this season, 10-6. Fantasy player to me to watch, I say actually grab if you can, is Martellus Bennett. I
Yeah.
think he might be good.
He might be.
I think he might be the answer for that missing Aaron Hernandez. I mean, we know where Aaron Hernandez is at, but he ain't on the field. And a sneaker that I compare the Patriots to is just the Air Max 90 Hyperfuse. You can't go wrong with it. Patriots are going to win. Be in the play. My voice sound right?
Yeah, you sound right.
I sound crazy.
I just can't believe you said Hyperfuse. Like, I prefer the original Air Max 90 over the Hyperfuse.
See, that's the thing with original OG Air Maxes. They're bulky.
They're bulky. Yeah.
They're all bulky. That's why
I've worn mine one time, I think, since I got them 2 years ago.
Bulky. Also, so I say Air Max 90 Hyperfuse, 10-6 this season. Probably still win the division. Actually, they will still win the division, and start the season 2-2. Bills last year 8-8. This year 8-8 again.
Okay.
Fantasy player, I think maybe Reggie Bush, if he can do something on special teams, might be a good pickup. Obviously, round 15 or 16. The sneaker I compare the Bills to is a Kobe 6. All right, because there is plenty of times that you say, "Yo, let me throw on a Kobe 6," and you put it on, and be like, "This sucks." Every year the Bills suck. It doesn't matter who they get, what they draft, what they do. You say, "Yo, they look kind of good," and they suck every single year. Facts. All right, and they got maybe the wackest coach in the league in Rex Ryan, and now they have the worst defensive coordinator in the league, in my opinion, in whatever Ryan. What's his name? Rob Ryan. Awful.
You know,
right.
You know who I would have compared the Bills to? Sketcher shape-ups. Because nobody fucking cares.
That doesn't matter. They're in
It doesn't
Buffalo.
even matter. They play in Buffalo.
The only person that goes to Buffalo is George. So
Yeah.
they can go.
George stays in Buffalo because he can't get into Toronto.
So they don't exist.
You're the only person that got a hotel in Buffalo in 2016 so far.
And it looked outdated.
And he's wearing a Buffalo Bills color shirt right now.
There might have been a NCAA regional or something in Buffalo.
This year?
Or maybe.
I don't know about that. The only thing they're giving us is buffalo wings, and that's it.
Well, then to wrap up the AFC East, I'll take the New York Jets. 10-6 last season. They re-signed Fitz. They've got Brandon Marshall, Eric Decker, Matt Forte. Still got Revis. I'm saying this year.
Can you call Ryan Fitzpatrick Fitz? I don't know.
I was gonna say, like, I don't think I ever heard that.
Well, I guess.
I guess so.
I guess I went to high school. I played in elementary school with him, so that's what everybody called him. His name was Fitz.
Yes. And he went off to Harvard, and you stayed back.
And I stayed back at ASU.
He's a sellout.
Yeah.
He left us in the hood and went to Harvard.
We played for the Vipers, 4th and 5th grade. I have him going 10-6 again.
Is that a true story?
True story, yeah. I played with him 4th and 5th grade.
Well, you should emphasize that. I thought you were joking.
No, I'm dead serious. Yeah, we went to high school together, and we went to high school with actually a lot of guys that ended up in the NFL. Marquise Cooper, the guy that was lost in sea, unfortunately, played for the Raiders. He graduated from high school the same year as Fitz. We had
Stop calling him Fitz.
Chaz Schillings. Chaz Schillings played for the Raiders.
Yeah, Schillings, yes.
He graduated my year, played baseball with him. His mother came to practice to tell us to stop making fun of him because he was going home crying every day from baseball practice.
I don't know why I lost that seed. Yeah. I don't know why that sounds crazy.
You don't remember that?
I do, but
he played for the Bucks. They went out. It was like 6 years, 7 years ago now.
His dad is the
Bruce Cooper, the local sportscaster. So we had a lot of guys. Actually, we had 5 guys from the time I was a freshman to when I graduated that ended up in the NFL. And Ryan Fitzpatrick's brother was a year younger than me, and he was a monster tight end. I don't think he went past college, but he was a good football player too. So I have him going 10-6 again. I am maybe sneaking into the playoffs. And the shoe that I would compare the New York Jets to is a foam posit because it always has potential, but they always find a way to fuck it up. Always. Every time it comes out, you're like, oh.
It's better than his picks last week.
It's better than his picks.
Hey, redeem team.
I could agree with that.
I don't even have picks for my team, so you beat me.
I'm winning. I'm in second place.
We're going to just come up with something for yours.
And then we go to the Miami Dolphins. They were 6-10 last year. They haven't been good since Spencer Strasmore retired.
You're a nerd forever.
People listen like, who? Who is that?
If you ever watch Ballers,
You can watch.
Go watch it.
You can watch Night Of now. By the way, because
I need to watch. I need to watch the last 2 episodes of Night Of. I'm actually excited.
Do not say anything.
People were texting me about the last 2 episodes yesterday, and I was like, "Shut the hell up." So they still have Sue. They've got Jordan Cameron. They just signed Arian Foster.
Landry.
They've got Landry. They've got Kenny Stills. They have all these guys that used to be good somewhere else. They're like the New York Knicks of the NFL.
That's a good comparison.
My prediction, they're going 4-12. They're worse this year than they were last year. Tannehill,
4-12?
I think Tannehill's terrible. I don't know why they still have him. They have Mike Pouncey, who hasn't been relevant since he left. Since he left the Steelers. I don't know what they have. Mario Williams. I don't know what Sue's doing.
Mario Williams is on there?
Yeah, it's like,
Buffalo cut him.
people
I
are
didn't know
legit going there for retirement. It is
beautiful.
It is now a retirement community.
Beautiful.
Which is why my shoe for the Miami Dolphins is the Nike Air Monarch 4.
Is that
That's the official dad retirement shoe.
I don't agree with that one.
The entire team should be running around in Monarch 4s with cleats on the bottom.
The reason why I don't agree with that one is because it's the highest selling shoe in Nike's lot, and Miami does not have the most fans. I was actually going to use Monarch 4 for Cowboys if you didn't have a good one for the Cowboys.
But when you see...
I got a grade for the Cowboys.
Because the Monarch 4 sells the most pairs and the Cowboys got the most fans. But it makes sense.
But when you see a person... You don't see young people walking around rocking a Dolphins hat. You see old-ass dudes in Wranglers and Under Armour shirts with Dolphin hats.
Yeah, but young people live in Miami, though, because they want to party.
And old people...
That's the only reason to go to Miami.
They don't retire in Miami, though. They go to, like, Fort Lauderdale or what's that other one?
Jacksonville? Actually, Jacksonville is very violent. You don't want to go there.
The Keys.
Oh, Key West?
I'm sure some of them are in Key West, too, but nah. What's the other city? I can't think of the name.
Boca
There
Raton.
you go, Boca Raton. Yeah, that one.
Well, how do I know that?
That's where
You must be planning for retirement. You must have the
know why I know
401k up
that.
last night.
That's where they go.
What you got, George?
I don't have anyone in that division. We go in a different division.
Where are
that
we going
division's
now?
over now.
Yeah, new division.
Oh, all right. Well,
Are we going AFC North?
Did you give me every single team? Oh, okay, so I have 2 North, 2 South then. I was like,
Yeah.
did you give me every team in the same
Let's
division?
go AFC North.
All right, so in the North, we got the Bengals. You know what? I didn't look up last year what the Bengals were, but I think they were 12-4.
No, they were.
They always suck.
Their record was off the hook
They
last
suck.
year.
Andy Dalton.
They might have been 13-3.
If you have a
Yeah,
redheaded
they were
quarterback,
somewhere around there.
you're not going anywhere.
No.
A redhead has never won the Super Bowl.
Okay, there's not many redhead quarterbacks that you could look up.
I'm going to look this up real quick.
And he didn't get to play in the playoffs.
That's fine.
He got hurt the last game of the season,
That's what
wasn't
happens because gingers don't have souls.
it? All right.
You're ridiculous.
What is the Bengal shoe? You didn't even come up with this stuff.
What are you talking about? I have other stuff written down here I haven't gotten to. I just want to go figure out. Okay, so they were 12-4 last year, like I thought.
Won the division.
ESPN, yes, they did win the division. ESPN projected them 7th, or they're, the preseason power rankings are 7th. Pro Football Focus projected them to be 4th best in the AFC this year, 11-5. They picked a corner in the first round who's hurt and hasn't played yet. Man, I was watching the game the other day. They have
That's another thing we didn't talk about is Joey Bosa.
They have like 5 defensive backs who are injured. I don't understand how they're still playing.
should've
Adam
signed
Jones
Bosa.
didn't play. This kid, William Jackson, is out. There was another kid that was out.
Pac-Man Jones is still in the league?
He is.
Still good.
He made the Pro Bowl last year. Well, he wasn't good for a while
Well,
there, and
wasn't good
then
for a
somehow he
while.
got
Somehow he
good
got
again. Yeah.
I mean,
And then another note that I found was the Bengals have made the playoffs 5 straight years, which is probably a record for that franchise because it used to be a dookie.
and they've lost
Piece of dookie.
the first round every single year.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you did tell me that you think the Bengals could possibly be the best team in the league.
Well, they were the best team in the league for about the first 14 weeks of the season last year, based on record, analytics, you name it.
They were the best team in the playoffs against the Steelers until they messed up.
You love stats. You're a super nerd.
Okay. Well, stats are very important. They beat the Steelers by 2 games in the division. So
And that's a fact.
Ooh.
Bengals are going to the playoffs again.
Okay.
In my opinion.
6th straight season.
7th. Yes, 6th. Sorry.
6th straight
I thought
season.
I said 6 earlier. Yeah, so they'll go to the playoffs again.
So you have them edging out the Cleveland Browns. Okay. Just to be
Edging.
straight?
They have yes.
Just to be just
They
to
have
get this right?
they
Okay.
have one of the best rosters in the NFL from top to bottom.
Agreed. This is
true.
Period. I don't know what else we want to say on them. I think they're making playoffs, 11-5,
And the shoe that represents them.
fair. It's got to be something that forever sucked balls, and now all of a sudden people want, because Cincinnati's been terrible forever, and now all of a sudden they've.
You might as well just call them Adidas. Just the entire company.
Yeah.
The entire company.
They're just Adidas.
You're Adidas.
So the Bengals represent
Originals.
Adidas.
Adidas
Yeah.
Originals.
Adidas.
It just represent Adidas. Nobody cared about them before, and now they're the shite.
Yeah.
What else you got?
Steelers is the other team I have in that division.
Going to the Super Bowl.
Actually projected by Pro Football Focus to go 13-3 and win the AFC. Well, win the AFC North and then probably be the representative.
If Ben can stay healthy,
Well, I have some notes on that.
I believe
too.
they have a better roster than the Bengals do.
No, they don't. They have a better offense. They don't have a better roster. Bengals might have the best defense. Well,
Their quarterback isn't a redhead.
there are a lot of teams that are in there for the best defense in the league. You got Seattle. You got the Chiefs.
Texans.
Texans, maybe.
But we'll talk about them
what was
next
the other
week.
one? There was another one that's in there too. But anyways, the Bengals defense is up there. But anyways, the Steelers, probably the best offense in the NFL. If it's not New England when Brady's back, it's going to be the Steelers. They got Le'Veon Bell out 3 weeks. They got Martavius Bryant's out for the entire season. That's going to hurt. Their
He
first
drops a lot of
round,
passes.
their first round pick was a corner out of Miami. He hasn't even played in the preseason yet because he's been injured so much. Artie Burns. Their secondary and defense was the worst secondary, I think, in NFL history, something like that. I looked it up last year. They allowed more passing yards. Bless you. Allowed more
what are
passing
those?
yards
Those aren't sneezes?
than any team in NFL history last year. So they picked a corner in the first round. Hasn't worked out because the kid's hurt.
Still got Wheaton. Wheaton's-
Yeah, but he's a 2 now instead of a 3.
Yeah.
Big difference. They do have the best receiver in the NFL. So
They do.
And one of the
And
better quarterbacks.
Number
obviously.
1 pick of QB1 Centpiece.
Okay. That doesn't matter. ESPN Power Ratings, they were number 6 overall, and Pro Football Focus had them going 13-3. I think the Steelers will go 11-5. I think between them and the Bengals, same record. They're kind of going to beat each other up a little bit. That division is always tough.
Super Bowl.
I don't know.
They're going to the Super Bowl, and they're going to beat the Cowboys in the Super Bowl.
I mean, I don't necessarily that I disagree with. I don't necessarily disagree with the fact that they can make it there, but that division is tough. Number one, because Baltimore and Pittsburgh, every matchup is a slugfest. Cleveland's trash.
Pause.
The Bengals are very good. That's going to be a tough division to win. If someone come out of that division, then you got New England to deal with. You got potentially Kansas City to deal with. We'll see. Oh, Denver was the other defense that is
Trash.
actually the best defense in the league.
So what shoe are we comparing the Pittsburgh Steelers to?
The Steelers are just you used the Tim boot the other time. That's
about to
basically
say,
what it is. It's
I really
like
think
an old
that's the
Wolverine
best.
work boot.
That's what it is.
I
A
really
Red Wing.
think that it's the best. That's
a
the
Red
best
Wing
shoe.
boot.
A Red Wing /
Yes.
Wolverine work
Like
boot.
actual steel toe with memory foam.
Yes.
Steel toe
everything.
from the city of Pittsburgh.
Dusty.
I think that's a good shoe for the Steelers.
What you got?
All right, so I'm going to start with the Ravens because I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to bring it home with my Cleveland Browns. So the Ravens went 5-11 last year. They've got they added Mike Wallace. They still got Steve Smith. They've got Forsett still. Dennis Pitta coming back, making a big comeback this year.
He's already hurt.
He did break his finger.
Broke his thumb.
He broke his finger in a scrum in
but something
practice.
bad happened. Was it a hip? Is that what it was?
Twice.
It was his hip? Yeah, because it was like, they were saying it was almost like as bad as Bo Jackson.
Yeah, he dislocated it against the Browns 2 years ago in the open field.
You were celebrating.
Non-contact injury.
You were celebrating.
Dennis, you know what? Dennis is a good guy, so I would never celebrate for Dennis getting hurt. My prediction for them, I think they're gonna improve a little bit. I still have them like at 6-10. I don't think they're gonna make any real noise in the division. And the shoe that I
Wait, you said the Ravens are 6-10?
think the Ravens go
Ooh, I
6-10.
don't know about that.
You think worse?
No.
Oh,
You think they
At
go
least 8-8.
really? I don't know. They went
Least.
5-11 last year, and
the Ravens are such a wild
and
card team.
all they really add is Mike Wallace. So
Yeah, but wasn't Flacco out most of the season or something?
No, he got hurt.
like towards the
end.
yeah.
And, like,
Well, their defense is terrible too, which is kind of
The
shocking
defense
because
is
forever
terrible.
They were very good.
They were good. And that is why, for the Ravens, my shoe is the Nike Air Zoom Flight because they ain't nothing without the D. Pause.
The Ravens are one of those teams.
The Zoom flight, the glove, because they ain't nothing without the D. Pause. Pen drop.
The Ravens are one of those teams that's...
Are you talking about defense?
Defense, yes. I'm talking about defense. They're nothing without their defense.
The Ravens are one of those teams that...
They won the Super Bowl
they go
2
like
times.
This. They
won the Super Bowl.
one year, they're like 12 and 4.
Okay, I get it. You should have said that.
Because they're... without the D, pause. Man, what else is D in football, bro? Come on. Trying to make jokes here. Y'all
are you all right?
Stunting on
All right.
You guys all right? But no, the Ravens are one of those teams that when you expect them to be good, like last year, they're terrible, and then you expect them to be awful, and they go 10-6 or 12-4. I mean, they go like this, up and down. So
That's what I said. If they got to the playoff, if they were like 11-5 this year, I wouldn't be shocked.
Be surprised at all. Yeah,
It wouldn't shock me.
They still have talent on that roster. There's no doubt about that.
All right, simple.
So now,
Knock
on to the
yourself out.
Cleveland Browns. 3-13. We lost Johnny Manziel. We lost a lot of players on defense.
You make it sound like a key loss.
We lost some of our key skill players, but we've replaced them with RG3, Terrell Pryor,
Why are you
Josh
saying
Gordon,
we? Why are you saying
Duke
so much
Johnson
we right now?
is back. Corey Coleman. We still have the Joes, Thomas and Hayden.
Why are you saying Hayden was the worst corner in the NFL last
He
year?
was hurt. Joe Hayden is a god at cornerback.
If you look at the numbers
He's
that
a
he
sneaker
allowed,
god. He's a sneaker god.
He's a sneaker god. That's about it, and a sneaker thought too. And if you look at the numbers that he allowed as a corner, man, you would be embarrassed.
I have the Browns having a better season than they did last year. This year, the Browns go 4-12. The Browns go 4-12.
One game improvement.
They're going to take us to 4-12.
That's what you did to your team, 4-12.
Let's be honest. The Browns were on the field last year. So
You just said he was the best corner in the league.
he is the best corner in the league when he's on the field.
He sits in the corner courtside at Cavs games. That's the best he can do.
And he wears red Octobers everywhere.
So you said they're alpha bounce?
Alpha bounces. Because you
And
were
alpha
like,
bounces suck.
alpha bounces suck.
But nobody's ever looked at the Browns like, ooh, they could be tight.
When you look at the people that when you look at the Browns team and their offense, you're like, oh, that offense could put up a lot of points. But in the end,
What?
look at what they have on offense. They have a decent offensive line. They have RG3, who everybody's saying, like, with the coaching system that they have, like, could be the resurgence of RG3. You've got Gordon back, who, honestly, Gordon is when he went out, he was one of, if not
You're
top
right.
3 receivers in the NFL. Everybody's talking about all the progress that Terrell Pryor is making at receiver and the catches he's making. He made a couple good catches in the postseason.
And I think he got hurt.
Yeah, no, he didn't. People are talking about Corey Coleman and about his addition to the team. So people, like, I don't think the Browns are in playoff contention, but people are saying that they've improved
8-8.
from the year. I don't even give them that.
Smoking
So
rocks.
if they go 8-8, God bless. I hope they go 8-8 because it'll make my season a lot more fun.
AFC South.
And I picked a lot of Browns.
You're smoking a rock.
on my
AFC
team.
South. Texans last year 9-7. This year 11-5. Win the division. Facts. Colts not winning the
You
division this year.
must love Osweiler. I don't get that.
He's my sleeper fantasy pick. I think he's gonna. I think
Your
he's
sleeper fantasy pick is Kirk Cousins, clearly.
No, that's a lock. All right. Osweiler is throwing that ball. All
Osweiler
right.
slings that rock, and
that-
it's not New York.
That preseason, he out there slanging. All right, and these are facts.
Well, he needs to slang some new spellings.
But Texans are Texans, and I compare them to a Jordan 12. They don't suck, but they suck. But they should be better, but they suck.
How
I don't know.
you should have just compared him to the J.J. Watt Reebok.
What does that even look like?
I don't know. It has a pump on it. Oh no, the pictures came out.
Oh, that's right. Jaguars. Last year at 5-11. This year 8-8. Facts.
Who's their quarterback? Oh, Blake.
Stop saying that. Why do you say that?
Well, what?
Facts.
These are facts.
Okay.
These are facts.
These are
That's
facts,
not
yeah.
how the word facts works.
Yes, it
They're
is.
going to be 8-8. That's a fact.
If they don't go 8-8, then you
That's not how
can
it
say
works.
it's not a fact.
That's how it works today. It's a fact. They're going to be 8-8. I know that guaranteed.
A fact is something that has occurred in the past. And
Well, this is going to occur in the future, and then it'll be the past next year.
Greg's gonna slap you if you don't stop it. Fact.
I think their defense is the sleeper. I think their defense is going to be great. They got now Prince Akamura can stay healthy. They got Fowler last year, who I think should be much better this year, and they Jalen Ramsey. Obviously, I think their defense is going to be quietly great defense. I think so. Sneaker, phone posit too. Like, I think because they're improving. They had like where it was awful. They were good, and then they got awful, and then they got a little bit better, and then they got awful again. So I think they're improving. You got like fish scale foams that came out. They didn't suck. They didn't suck.
But the phone posits just came out like a weekend ago. The Ben Gordons are sitting everywhere.
Those suck. All right.
So they suck again.
All phone posits suck.
We've had this discussion.
Yeah,
all
but the
phone
maroon,
posits do
the maroons or the gum
There should be
bottoms,
a entire
the
episode.
gum bottoms, those don't suck.
There should be
USA
an entire
foam.
episode dedicated
USA
to how
foams
much,
didn't suck.
Okay, they suck. There should be an entire episode dedicated to how much phone posits suck.
There
Let's just be
was.
honest here.
There
We
was.
did.
When the man was here.
Oh yeah, you are here.
Okay. all right.
When Mr. Meat Dose was here, we trashed out phones. He got super sad. I'm sorry, Mr. Meat Dose. We love your videos.
Alright.
Check him out.
That's a fact.
Check him out on YouTube.
So,
get those reviews.
Jags 8-8. That's it. Facts. What's left?
Okay, that's not a fact.
Facts. What's left?
Facts of life.
It's not a fact.
What's left?
We got the Colts and the Titans. Colts,
Check the stats.
the Colts last year. Let's see what they went 8-8.
Without Andrew Luck for
Well, here. So you'll like this stat. The
stat me.
the Colts were 2-5 with Luck healthy starting last year, and 6-3 without Luck.
He's
starting.
a garbage can.
Okay, that's not true. It was a bad season. I'm a believer in Andrew Luck because in college he was a superstar. In his first couple of years in the league, he played better than just about any young quarterback who's come in the league in a long time.
So who are you starting this year if you're the Colts?
What do you mean who's starting?
Who are you going to start? Their quarterback.
Luck.
What are you
Why?
talking
Why are you going to
about?
start Luck? He went 2-5.
Would you take Luck with your team? No. Answer the question.
No.
Yeah,
See
right.
his face.
Literally, your team would turn around.
Okay.
No.
You're-
I'm taking, what's his name? The bald guy. Why can't I think of his name?
He
right now?
retired.
Yes, Matt, 57-year-old Hasselbeck.
I'm taking
Yes.
Hasselbeck.
He's not on the team anymore.
He's the greatest
Simple.
Seahawk of all time.
Throw yourself off a cliff, Simple.
All right, let's get this going. Let's finish this.
So you heard the numbers with Luck. Bad year for them. ESPN has them 14th in the power ratings. Pro Football Focus has them going 6-10. I disagree. I think they'll go at least 8-8. Factual, but
Facts.
even though it's not facts,
Facts.
because it's a prediction.
They're
Factual. Look at you. You didn't mean to say that.
No, I said it on
These are
purpose.
facts.
He was making fun
These
of
are
you.
facts.
Yes,
That was a sneak diss.
yes,
8-8.
That was not a sneak diss. It was, it was an obvious diss. It was an obvious diss.
That's a sneak diss.
All right, and we got the Titans, worst team in the NFL last year.
Wait, you didn't do the shoe for the Colts.
Oh yeah. What shoe you guys want? It's got to be another thing that's like in the Midwest, like people just take lunch pails and sandwiches to work.
They got a thermos.
Yeah, exactly. They take soup in a thermos to work when you live in Indianapolis.
Who knows, man?
Chuck Taylor.
I mean, that's the Reebok Classic or whatever is probably the best example because it's just been like a
Maybe
flat
they shouldn't
line.
get a shoe.
It's just been like a flat line forever.
So, yeah, maybe they're just Reebok. I don't know. I couldn't even think of something for Indianapolis.
That's a hard one.
The 50-cent Reebok
Like
low.
a beater.
The G units.
The G unit low.
G.
Like the Colts are like a dope shoe that's a beater now. Like
A shoe you skated in.
yeah.
A Jordan 1 from 85 that you skated.
Or like a
B-Rod.
or like a Concord with the yellowest soles ever and creased up. They're like, yo, you could do something with these. You could clean these joints up. You could
Nah,
throw that
you know what they
rejuvenator
are?
They
on.
need to be rejuvenated.
You know what they are? They're a practice shoe.
They're back.
Like when you go to NBA practice or college practice
that's
or
what
whatever,
it is.
you just wear that shoe in practice, but in the game
In the game, you wear
else
something
on.
fire.
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
they're Kobe 8s that has the
It's
the
not even
toe,
a Kobe 8. It's
the
like a
toe
hyper
chipped
dunk.
off.
It's like a hyper dunk practice, like team issue.
Yeah, like an East Bay colors.
Yeah, exactly.
East Bay got like 15 colors.
East Bay team issue.
Kobe 5 team color.
What's left?
All right, we got the Titans last year, 3-13, worst team in the league. ESPN has them 30th in the power rankings.
Jesus.
Pro Football Focus has them going 5-11. If you ask me, based on playing the Raiders last week, they look like the greatest thing in history. The first stringers were not stopped by Oakland's defense. Now, granted, they play each other again in Week 3 of the NFL, so the teams probably showed nothing. But when your vanilla team gets beat up by someone else's vanilla team, that does not look good. Last year, the Titans had the worst run game and worst offensive line in the past.
But they got
in
DeMarco.
the league.
They had him last year.
No, they didn't. The Titans didn't have DeMarco
No,
Murray.
Philly did.
Philly did.
Oh, wait. This is his first year on the Titans?
Yeah, DeMarco Murray.
Oh, that's
But he's
right.
probably going to lose a starting job.
No, he's not.
Well, I don't know, man.
No, he's not.
They got Henry, don't they?
That doesn't mean. What does that mean?
I don't know, man.
Have you seen DeMarco Murray's numbers from the preseason?
Yeah.
He did have a couple good games.
I drafted
They
him.
drafted a offensive lineman in the first round, so they did that for a reason because their offensive line was the worst line in the league last year by far. Allowed the most sacks and only averaged 93 yards a game rushing.
And what happened to Mariota last year? Sprained MCL?
He might have got hurt, but he was
something.
trash
played,
anyways
yeah.
though. But against the Raiders, he looked like Joe Montana.
Will he be trash forever?
No. If he looks like he did against the Raiders, now again they didn't blitz or there's no pressure on him. So
I don't think
there's
he'll
no
be
pressure
trash
on him.
forever. I think he'll be wild. I think he's done. I don't think he's that good.
I mean, it's hard to base anything on the preseason, but he looked pretty good the other day. He had control of the offense. The running game was opening up. He needs help from the running game. Obviously, they have two guys who can get it done, even though Henry's a rookie. And no, he's not taking DeMarco Murray's starting job. DeMarco Murray is the
We'll
starter.
see.
Yes, if DeMarco Murray gets hurt in like game 6, then yes, Derrick Henry will be the starter.
Titans sneaker.
Well, first of all, let me tell you, I think they're going to be
Oh, yeah.
better
What
than
do you think?
3-13, but Pro Football Focus has them 5-11. That's probably fair. I'll say 6-10 for the Titans.
So we got the Titans going 6-10.
And sneaker, I mean, got to be something no one cares about. I mean, an irrelevant team. The Colts, at least people care about because of Andrew Luck. And I realized
Yeah, but we
that
care
Mariota
about the Titans
was-
because of Mariota. At least last
No,
year.
We did
I-
last
some-
year. We did last year. Yeah.
Some people do.
That's how I watch football. Like, I need a team to have somebody I want to watch.
But they don't have anyone else. That's the
you
thing.
drafted the Titans.
Their,
so like, you
their
care about
number
it only
one
because of that.
receiver may be a kid they picked in the 5th round of this draft, Tajee Sharp.
I got one for you. How about the Jordan 17s?
Nowhere.
Nobody cares about Jordan 17s.
Well, there's probably
They
a lot
said
of
everywhere.
shoes no one cares about.
Jordan 17s are like $100 on the sneaker steal now.
We'll see. Jordan might be too better for them. I don't know what they are.
No, they're a Jordan team shoe. All right.
Yeah,
Jordan
that's what
t-shirt.
they are. They're
All
just
right.
a team shoe. All right,
All right.
real quick. We doing the list, right?
I don't have any honorable mentions, by the way. Let me borrow that pen.
We could do the list.
Okay.
I just split it up or something.
I thought you were going to
What?
cut this. That sneak this.
Oh, it don't matter. I'll still cut it. It's all good. Still add a gunshot.
It's only 50 mints.
Yeah, we're only 50 minutes in. So and it might be less than 50. Okay. All right. Okay. Top 10 underrated sneakers
Actually,
to us.
I might have one honorable mention.
And now
All right.
we did, and I'm we only suggested doing underrated because the overrated list was pretty popular. People liked it, and a lot of people were asking, like, I'm dying to hear what the underrated list is.
Okay.
So, honorable mention, simple. What you got? I know you got a grip.
I have Hyperdunk 2008s. I have.
What?
I think Hyperdunk 2008s are awesome. Like, that's one of my favorite basketball shoes
All right, whatever.
looking of all time. That's not. The Jordan 1 UNCs. I think that's one of the best Jordan 1s that
All right,
isn't
I'm
OG
fine with
color.
that. I'm fine with that.
The Iverson question, I believe now is highly underrated.
Nah, it's overrated now.
You think it's overrated now?
They need to stop making them.
Okay.
That's one of my favorite shoes of all
It
time.
might have been underrated in 97.
And,
No, I think that's when it was the greatest.
and the LeBron,
Yeah, but nobody would. I mean,
Everybody
I
had
don't
them where
remember.
I lived.
Okay, what was the shoe thing?
everybody had them in where I lived.
the
too. I
whole
lived in
the whole
Whiteville.
shoe thing was different back then because stuff wasn't selling out in 10 minutes.
That's true.
Things you could still go in the store later, or go to East Bay or whatever later and get stuff. So yes, things are different. I still think at one point it was an underrated shoe. Now that it's made and the honeycomb's not even real, it's painted on.
That's true. Yeah. And then my last one is the LeBron Zoom Generation 1.
Why is that underrated?
I mean, nobody, like, when it came out, nobody's looking for it. Like, now
What?
nobody's
I
looking
camped.
A first
for Zoom Generation.
a specific color or the whole?
No,
shoe?
just the whole shoe.
Oh, all right. I mean,
I think that shoe
I
model-
like it. I mean, I like the shoe.
Yeah.
I just don't know.
If it's underrated.
Underrated.
I mean, if you're saying underrated from like a price standpoint, like they should be worth more than they are, then I can understand that.
I just
because
think, like,
they're
nobody,
not
like,
very
like,
high.
nobody is, like, checking for those. Like,
but they haven't re-retroed.
well, I understand that, but I'm saying, like,
Let them
from-
retro again. They'll fly.
You think so? All right. We'll see.
Actually, I don't know.
Well, you
I
can't
don't
say
think they
retro
would.
again because they never retro.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't think they would. I don't think they would fly if they retro.
I don't know.
think
The wheat one would. I'll tell you that right
The
now.
wheat one would probably fly, but even those
Yeah,
prices come
in
down
New
a
York,
lot.
son. That's the only place, son. It's gonna play Dane. My honorable mentions: Futures 11s. Is that what those called?
Yeah.
I think those are very underrated. Like, they look crazy, but I've never seen anybody wearing them and thought they looked awful. I think they look better than 11s now.
I think maybe the first ones that came out, but like when they
Super
started
hyped.
coming out the lows and stuff like that, Dookie.
Actually, the
I think
lows
the
are
lows
better.
are dope. Yeah, like
They're all right.
the olive lows, I
So-
actually think are tight.
Suck balls.
And AJKOs. AJKOs are one of the most underrated sneakers. This should be on my top list.
I'll give you AJ.
But I put it in there. But AJKO is very underrated and
It
it's
is.
very disrespected. Them joints are. We got
but they're
raffle tickets.
bulky as hell.
They are, but they at least made AJKOs back in what 83, 85.
Yeah.
They made them. I don't understand
You got
why they're
ripped?
still sitting.
You got rips in there?
Yeah, right.
I told him to get some for you. He said, F you.
What's your honorable mention? Say that. What's your honorable mention?
I put this on here just to spite you guys, and I know you're going to hate it, and I don't care. Jordan 4 Cool Gray.
That shoe sucks. So it's not underrated. It's a overrated shoe.
I think it's overrated.
It's very underrated.
Let me
I
see
think
the
it's
pen.
overrated. People love that. I don't know about maybe like today, but last year people were dying for it.
Well, when they had the year where they were talking about retroing all the 4s, and everyone was going crazy about maybe
that's
the
right.
Lightning's coming out, maybe the Cool Gray's coming out, and 2017, maybe the year they come out. No one's talking about that shoe.
Eh.
Love it.
What you got? Bottom 5.
Bottom 5. You know I had to do it. Number 10, the Nike Zoom MVP, Steve Nash's. It's
Underrated.
shoe.
Why?
Don't care.
Because it's number one. It's probably one of the greatest basketball shoes ever made. Period.
For what reason? Performance, or what are you saying?
Performance, yes. I've been playing in mine since 09. I buy pairs on eBay whenever I can for a reasonable price.
Don't care.
I think aesthetically it's a nice shoe. The trash talk version is a
Is that
dope
one,
shoe.
Is that the one made out of Dookie, or is that the other one?
I don't
There's
think
two.
one person knows what they look like
There's
just
two.
thinking about it.
Go look at it.
They,
And especially look at the HOH Phoenix Suns version with the Steve Nash insignia on the back heel. Those shoes.
HOH existed
dope.
back then?
It did, yeah. That
What
was
year? What year?
09.
What year did that? Really?
No, 2009.
In what cities?
That
in
was
New York
back.
City?
That was
Beverly
back
Hills.
when it was
The
New York
first one?
City. That was back when it was New York City, Chicago, and LA. It
Yep.
was just the three. So, number 9. I think both of you will agree with this. And it should retro. It needs to retro. The Nike Airworm.
Don't care.
You don't care? You're not buying it. If it comes out, you're not buying it.
No. You talking about the one with the zipper? Or which
Yeah,
one you
the
talking
one with the
about?
zipper, the
No,
low
hell,
with the
hell
zipper.
No, hell no.
I mean, I had 2 of them. Like, as of what? What was that? I had those
You
joints.
let Bill Shoe Hut.
The joints had mold on them.
If that comes
They
out,
were both DS.
if that comes out, I'm buying it. And I'm wearing it.
I would
Yeah.
because I love them.
I love that
But I
shit.
don't know if they're underrated.
Don't care.
Who wants those shoes except for us two? Nobody.
I don't think a lot of people even know they
That's
exist.
probably true.
Like-
which is why it's underrated because it's
Well,
probably
obviously,
one of
no one under 30 knows they
Right.
exist.
Like, I don't even think a lot of people know what the Air Shakes are. The other ones I have,
That's true. Yeah.
they retroed them, but made them.
What? Okay. Answer this because I know I've looked it up before, but I've never seen it. What is the DRC on the bottom? What does it stand for?
Something about
The DRC on the bottom.
you know on the on the sneakers,
D.R.C on the bottom on the sole of the
sole
shoe.
of the
On
shoe.
the worm shoe or what?
Worm.
on
Worms.
Rodman's.
Like that.
Dennis Rodman piece?
No. It was something that had to do with like outside court. I think I can't remember.
Probably durable rubber composite or something,
Something.
like that.
Who knows?
All right, I didn't know.
used to
So
know it.
I figured maybe my fellow sneakerheads would know.
What you
I'm
got?
sure that's what it was.
Number 8. I think this is a super highly underrated shoe. You guys won't agree. The Jordan 16. I think the Jordan 16 is. I love the fact that it has a
I
shroud
like
on
it.
it. You can
I
wear
camp
it
for it.
without, with or
Don't
without.
I camped for it,
Don't care.
I love the
Bulky.
Jordan 16.
Can't wear it
it's-
now.
Yes, it's bulky now.
but I did like the shoe.
Number 7. I hope Greg will agree with me. The Jordan Trainer V Cruise. The Victor Cruises.
Very underrated.
Highly underrated.
Very underrated.
Super underrated.
Very underrated.
Number 6.
You're talking about the one that just came out, right?
The only one.
All right.
Number
Very
6.
underrated.
To round out my bottom 5, I think the LeBron 2. I know you guys.
Oh, those suck.
I like the LeBron 2.
I don't know why people like that.
I
People
like that
like
shoe.
that.
I do. I like that shoe, and because of people like you, I think it's underrated.
Okay. Number 10. I don't know what they were called. Those blue and yellow 4s in the Michigan colors that you wanted or you copped.
Which ones?
The leather ones.
Oh.
I think those
did
are
buy them and
underrated.
Return them.
I think they're underrated. I think they're a great looking shoe.
There,
In hand.
there was like a name for it, because Simple one
It
of the
was.
5s that came with it.
What's that?
Those navy and
just came- they
yellow,
just came
you
out
know,
this
the
year.
Michigan color 4s.
And the low 5 white came out, and you said you wanted it above the rim, off the top.
Oh yeah.
Whatever they're
What are they
called.
called?
I can't remember.
The navy ones were called I think they were called like View from Above.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Views from the 6.
I think those are underrated. Number 9, D Rose 3 and 3.5.
Nope, trash.
You don't know what they look like.
I don't
do know what
care.
they look like. That was the one that they did Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yes.
I don't
Yes.
care about any single Derrick Rose.
I
shoe.
love
Because
the Nightmare Before Christmas, but everything else was trash.
That shoe model 3 and 3.5 was when Adidas had like, okay, this is an okay basketball shoe.
It was okay.
And then it just fell off the rails after that. Like they kind of got on track with that one. Trash. Although I did see the new D Rose in the store. Wasn't too bad.
It looks like a LeBron, right?
too high.
We
But it
talked about it
sucked.
before.
But
it looks
it
like a
sucked.
LeBron,
It's
right?
too high.
Yeah, kind of like
Yeah.
LeBron. It is too high.
It's for Dwight Howard. It should have been the Dwight Howard shoe.
It definitely ain't strong enough for Rose's body.
He needs it wrapped around his
Like
knees,
he needs to
okay?
play. Yeah, he needs
those KDs.
He needs Jeremy Scott to like do something to him.
He needs those KDs with the socks that go to your
Number 8, Air Stabs, one of my favorite sneakers of all time.
fine with
Ooh, I forgot about that.
Very
Wow.
I'm fine
underrated.
with it.
Super
I wouldn't put it on there,
underrated
but I'm
shoe.
fine with
It's
it.
very underrated.
That is a super underrated
Number 7, Kobe 11. I think it's very underrated. They shouldn't be sitting on shelves.
They should. That shoe. That's probably one of the better
Well,
Kobe's.
He's one of the
sucks
better
now,
ones.
so-
Yeah, but still, like 8s flew, 7s.
I need summer.
Flu.
I need the summer pack today. The ones that came out. If anyone
Off
has
the-
those,
those are
like
fire.
Those are
$24.
fire.
Let
those
me
are
know.
dope. Yeah, if you have them for $19.99.
All of them are fire. Kobe 11s are fire. The USA ones,
USA
you
ones
can't
are
say those
fire.
were tight.
I
Probably
think-
the best colorway.
I think the
I don't-
pack
but
that came
you
out,
know,
like the
well-
Matt Parkers and the.
I think the one that does not have Flyknit looks better than the Flyknit one.
I do
the
too.
shape
So
of
you're
the shoe
like
is
the Carpe
better.
Diem, like
Yeah,
the Carpe
like the
Diem.
one,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
one
yeah.
that came out today.
I do
I
love the
agree.
Carpe Diem.
Whatever
ones.
it is.
I
What
think
is
the
it?
Carpe
Net.
Diems are fire flags.
What's that material?
Not
The-
hyperfuse,
The
but
net material. Yeah.
whatever
The other
it
one.
is.
Yeah.
No, whatever it is. Though I do agree with you on that. Number 6, Jordan 2 lows. I think they're underrated.
Oh yeah, we're never agree on
Ooh,
that.
yes,
we'll never. agree
Jordan
on that.
Low 2s
Suck-
are underrated.
Suck balls.
Yeah, but they like.
God, I forgot
I'm
the shoe.
surprised you don't at least like the lows. Like they're not.
I think the lows are dope. Like it's,
Never move for him ever.
you can't think that something else is underrated that might be on somebody's list if you don't think those are.
These are first of all. I think all of us have the exact same number 1.
I understand why you'd put it on the underrated list because it's a Jordan and really no one cares about it as far as like hype. But it wouldn't. I think it suck, so I wouldn't put it on the underrated list.
Number 10. What's it called? Above the rim 4s.
Above the rim force, yeah.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah.
Top down
Views,
forward.
no,
Something.
views from above.
Views from above 4s. D Rose 3 and 3.5. 8, the Air Stabs. Love them, especially Foot Patrols. Number 7, Kobe 11s. They shouldn't be available like they are. And Jordan 2 lows is number 6. George.
All right, number 10. This is the shoe that's been on, I think, 2 of my lists already and stuff we talked about. But those Ronnie Fogg, New Balance times Ronnie Fogg 998, City Never Sleeps.
Balls.
Those are
Which
dope.
one is that?
Those are dope in my opinion. The one that's like
The blue toe.
blue, dark blue.
Oh, you
whatever.
love those.
Yeah,
Loves them.
underrated.
Have you seen them in person?
Yeah,
Oh,
It's like ball sacks.
I don't know.
underrated. I mean, it's number 10.
Dang, is that HOA? Is that your 11? Is that your ones? Band ones in the room, fam. Go ahead.
That was number 10. Number 9, Air Max 90 Flyknits, the one that just came out. Very underrated. Can't believe people are buying those for under retail.
Those are dope. Those are like $79 dope though. Those are $69
All
dope.
right, that's enough out of you.
They're not what you pay for them dope. So.
Okay, that's one of the most comfortable Nike shoes you'll ever put on your foot, and the design with the Flyknit is better than the original.
Guess
shoe.
you hate Lunars now.
It probably has.
Turn your
Lunar
back.
inside
Turn
of
your
it.
back. Turn your back on Lunars. That's messed up, fam.
It probably has lunar in
Okay.
the insole.
We won't tell Lunars.
Number 8, the Uncage Ultra Boost, except the olive, because the olive is really the only one that's sold out. All those other ones are sitting, and they have no business sitting. Why is that shoe sitting?
I think the actual uncaging of an Ultra Boost looks 10 times better than the
When I
Uncaged
went to go
Ultra
get a
Boost.
raffle ticket for Finish Line, the girl that worked there was like, "Oh, Ultra Boosts are the best, but the Uncaged, no, those are stupid." I was like, "What?" I don't understand that either.
Yeah.
I don't understand that. People were uncaging the other ones.
But
Like,
they do look better. Like an uncaged Ultra Boost, like an actual Ultra Boost uncaged, looks way better than the actual uncaged. The uncaged Ultra Boost looks like those Nike Free Flyknits that came out. Like it's the same shoe with better technology on the sole.
Okay, so it's not the same
Insole.
shoe then.
They look the exact same.
what you got?
All right, number 7, The Air Flare. Shout out to Andre Agassi.
Oh.
Okay.
Underrated completely. Maybe it's because
so.
it hasn't.
You didn't buy it.
Wait, which one's the
It
flare?
did too. It just came out last year.
Oh yeah, last year. That's right.
Oh, yeah, no, I don't care about
14, I
those.
think.
And you didn't move
the
for
14?
him at all.
Well, that was in the period when I wasn't buying anything.
You better
And
go
it's
hop
one of
on
those-
Jimmy Jazz and cop them.
It's one of the shoes, like you said, that's like $60, $70.
It is.
And number 6, I'm sure you guys will hate this. I don't care. I don't think it's discussed enough. The Asics times Ronnie Fieg Gel Light 5 Cove. You guys own them, I think, or one of you does.
I like those shoes. That's not underrated.
Oh.
I can't. Yes, it
love
is
it.
underrated.
People
What are you talking
love
about? That shoe is selling for like $50 over retail right now. Where on all the other Ronnie
The
Fiegs
Gel Light
are like
5s?
double price.
The Gel Light 5?
Yes.
I like the mint better, but I'll give you that.
No, shut up. All right, so 10 was Air Max 90 Flying It, the one that just came out. I don't know how those are sitting, why they're sitting.
So nobody
Should
likes
be
them but you.
blowing out.
They should
Okay.
be $49.
Yeah, okay. Or no, number 10 I think maybe was the 998 Ronnie Fieg City Never Sleeps. The number 9 was the Flying It Air Max 90. Number 8 Uncage Ultra Boost, except the olive one.
Olive
7
ones own.
Air Flare. What?
Olive ones are the best.
What?
The olive ones are the best.
That's why I'm not including it on the list.
But they're
you
still
moron.
sitting, you moron.
No, they're not.
they're
The
not.
olives sold out everywhere. That's the only one that's sold out of all those colors.
I guess I should have copped them for retail then.
7 Air Flare, 6 A6 Ronnie Fieg Gel Light 5 Cove.
Okay.
Simple. Top 5.
Top 5. Number 5, the Fila Grant Hill 2.
Don't care.
That's a super underrated shoe. It's like a
You've had it
that
on your
shoe
list
is like
on
a
something
pop
else.
icon.
I don't care.
It's a what?
It's like a pop icon. That shoe was a pop icon. It was on its own Teen Bop magazine.
That fart was a pop icon.
Yeah, you better chill out. I
don't
farted.
know.
Y'all almost rioted.
I don't know. Underrated.
You don't think it's underrated? You love that shoe.
I
You
love
wanted
it.
to put it in the Hall of Flames. You don't think it's underrated at all?
I don't know. Depends on the definition of underrated.
Okay.
I think people want it. They're just not buying it.
Number 4, the Agassi LWP.
That's what you guys love. I don't love
That's a
it.
super underrated shoe. It needs to come back out. Do you agree?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I haven't.
That's like the only bonding thing that George and I have.
I
Is the
haven't
Agassi
gotten to my
LWP.
list yet.
Is the only thing that we agree on, except for like lunch sometimes.
What else?
Number 3, the Barkley CB94s.
I had a feeling there'd be a bunch of Barclays on it.
There's one Barkley. Only the
You
Barkley.
think it's
CB94s.
underrated?
I do. I mean, it came out and sat everywhere. Like that shoe should have flown off shelves.
Yeah, but it's a boot.
I guess it is now. But
Like, now
to
it's a
me,
boot.
It hurts my feelings to walk into a store and to see that shoe sitting. Number 2, I think this is probably the best training shoe, the best cross-training shoe of all time, the Nike Zoom Revises. Super underrated.
You have that. You
that's
have
a
that.
good one.
Wait.
Super underrated.
Well, I'm fine with it, but you have that over the cruise, which you lost your mind over, and like
Yeah, but he bought
You
every
might as
single
well
piece
have-
on Earth.
You might as well have
I
sex
have
with the cruise,
Doubles
like, that's
of I have doubles, triples of almost every
Every
Revis
single Revis.
you
that
probably
came
have.
out.
You probably have the same with the.
I have doubles
too.
of cruises.
Exactly.
But Zoom
Look at your
Revises,
face.
but
You
Zoom
were just like, oh, I guess you're right.
But Zoom Revises, that's one of the greatest training shoes, the greatest cross trainers of all time. I remember
I
getting,
mean, it's super comfortable. I have
I
mine
remember
boxed
getting
up.
my-
I haven't worn them in so long.
I
don't know
remember
why.
getting my fur Revises and wearing them in the mall, and people were breaking their necks looking at them. Like
Maybe I should
before
wear 'em
they
then.
came out. That shoe, comfort,
Breaking
style.
necks.
Yes,
Yeah.
when they first released on Champs, I got them. It was like I wore them to
what
the mall.
colorway?
The,
No,
the
he's-
fur
he's
green,
not wrong
The
because-
Jets green and white.
Okay, that one sucks. I didn't buy that one. He's not
That didn't
wrong
suck.
because
That didn't suck.
What-
and the
what
cool
didn't
gray
suck?
ones,
The jet
were
green one.
fire, even more
that
fire
sucks.
flames.
compared to the like white and black or whatever the first colorway was. I wore those to the mall to get Jordan 1s, and some dude was like, "Oh my god!"
Yes,
what
people
are
were going.
those?"
People were
Yeah.
at, stopping
He ain't
me
lying
in
about
Fiesta
that.
Mall. Like, what are those? Where'd you get those? How'd you get those?
I'll say they're underrated because they went to like $50 and $49 and
I
still
was buying
sat.
them from outlets on for $33.97 on phone order.
So that one's
Super
definitely
Well, the
agree.
thing that was lame was like it went to that Champs in like New Jersey or whatever that was supposed to be the NFL champ. You know
Yes.
that
Oh,
first.
that's
like,
right.
Yes,
And like they got special ones that no one else got
with the laces.
Like,
Yeah,
Why?
yeah. They got
So
like
stupid.
they got like the fur greens with like the candy cane laces. Number one,
I'm gonna have to look this colorway up.
I think most of us can agree. Number one is the Jordan 1 Lows. The Jordan 1 Lows is probably the most underrated shoe ever. I don't know how it doesn't sell out.
There's one that on my list that beats that, but
What?
it is on
Really?
the list.
All right.
What?
Well, I can't wait to hear what your number
How is
one
it
is.
not on your list?
Oh, no. It's my number one.
What is?
Oh man, you
Jordan
just ruined your
1
whole
Low.
list.
It has to be number one on yours, George.
No, it's not.
all
you'll
right.
see when we get there, but
All
it's
right.
not.
Number 5, Prestos. I think Prestos
Yeah,
are
I'm fine with
underrated.
it. Yeah, I actually like those.
I like
Flyknit high.
all of
that
them,
came out.
but I think the price is a little high on them.
Is this what he's talking about?
No, we have those.
I don't have those ones.
Oh, we
That's
have
not what
them.
he's talking about.
No, he's talking about the ones that had like candy cane, red laces. They're different. No, we got those. Number 5, Prestos. Number 4, I'm gonna say Roshi runs.
This?
No, it's
That's
a
the one that
different
I had that I wore to the mall. and
We
the
all
dude
had
was
that one
like-
too.
Okay, yeah. So
I don't know which one he's talking about. I think Roshi runs are underrated. There's no reason why they still shouldn't be like dope. Like they're making they got Flyknit versions. They're still under $100. Some of them are. The Flyknits are like 120. They got multicolor ones. They should still be dope
So
to
they
grip
went
everybody.
from, so they went from everyone wanted them to
like,
overrated
nothing.
to now they're underrated.
Well, no, I never said they were overrated.
He said Roshi runs.
No, I never said Roshi runs are overrated. They've never
No,
been
but
overrated.
Roshi runs are not
but they,
underrated.
They were though.
Roshi runs are where they should be.
But you might not have thought they were overrated, but they were at some point. That's what I'm
They
saying.
were.
So they went from like everyone wanted
They
them
did, and
to
it fell off.
overrated, and now they're underrated.
I think they should still be just as sought after. I think there's too many
What
colors.
about the Roshi Run 2?
I don't even know what that looks like.
What about the Roshi
sure you've
Run
seen it.
hiking
Oh,
shoes?
the new ones, the leather? I don't know.
I'm sure you've seen it. Which Revis are you talking about, by the way? Because I showed him 2 pictures and he said neither one.
Hold on.
There's only one Revis.
Number 3.
You mean which colorway?
Yeah, which colorway, you freak?
The colorway that I wore was the fur, the green and white, the Jets colorway. They're called the Revis Zoom Revis Fur.
This?
Yes, that one.
And you think that's the best one?
No, I don't think that's the best one. That's the one that I wore that people were losing their minds over before they like came out to the public.
All right.
It's all right.
The cool grays is the best one, I think.
Number 3.
No,
No, cool grays.
the Volts.
Volts
Volts are the best one. Volts and cool grays.
Which bolts?
The ones you just showed me with the Volt strap.
Those are the best one.
This right here?
Yes.
No.
That's the best one.
No, it's not.
It is. The worst one is those all blue
The
ones.
Talaria one is better.
All right, number 3. AirTech Challenge 2s. Those are very underrated.
yeah. Oh, you don't want to pick a specific color?
Lava.
Kumquats, lavas, all of them.
All right.
Like,
all right.
People did go nuts for the lavas when they were released.
And then
They did, and then they
now they're
like
like $12.
retroed again.
Part of that probably had to do
They
with
retro like
the soul.
number 2,
Easy.
Adidas SL loops. Those are
No.
very,
no.
very underrated.
I don't think so.
Why not?
Dookie
They're
trash.
low top.
They suck.
They go with everything.
I have 2 pairs and I haven't put them on my feet.
You must got whack colorways.
I got black and white.
Those are whack colorways.
The red ones suck so much balls.
Oh, the all red ones, those are different. Those are SL
You were
loop
obsessed with
TRs.
those.
Yeah, but I didn't know they were like a trail version. Those are trail versions, and then there's a regular version. I have the regular version. No, they don't.
suck,
Yeah,
dude.
but
No,
you
they
don't
don't.
even care about them.
You don't even care. Like, why?
I wear mine. What are you talking about?
when was the last time you wore a
You
pair?
don't care
I
about
don't know. When was the last time I wore anything?
flames right there.
You wore those Vans 4 times as the sneak disc.
Flames.
I wore these Vans probably
Big
like
Apples are
15
dope.
times.
Yeah, did you cop those?
Yeah, big. I got 2 pairs,
me
3
see.
pairs of Big Apple.
Let me see.
You
Big
know
Apple
what it
Revis.
is?
I don't know what it is.
The Big Apple Revis, the red with the black strap.
Oh yeah, I got those still. Number 1, Jordan 1 lows. Period. All right. There's no reason for anybody to lose their minds over highs
No.
and not like the lows. They came out with Royals. They came out with Shadows. They came out with Chicago's. They came out with Breads, and they're sitting everywhere
They came
on
out with
sale.
Euro
everywhere.
grays. They came out with metallic blues.
Shut up.
They came out with everything.
Everything.
Red, white.
So you're the only one that
You're,
got
you're a jerk.
the grays in here.
You're a jerk, Simple.
What you got?
Doubles on the grays.
You're a jerk.
Triples.
Number 5, Air Challenge LWP. Any color.
Should have been higher.
Any color, even though
How
black
can you?
and copper.
I told you to cop the gray 1 lows for
Simple,
like
what are you
$49 on eBay, and you're like, nah, fam, too much.
No, you didn't. What are you
I've
talking
sent you
about?
It was
12 gray
$69. They were
lows.
$69.
I've sent you 12 gray lows like 100 times in a group
These are
chat.
facts.
No, you
and
haven't.
and you
Yes, he
passed
has.
every
No, you
time.
haven't.
It's a fact.
100% fact.
Because I was like, oh, I thought you copped them.
There's literally 2 pairs of 12s that have been on eBay for the entire time, like the last 2 years.
I sent you one that was like
or
89
whatever.
But
bucks.
he sent like a couple.
Maybe if
size
it was like
12s.
beat or something.
No, they weren't beat.
They were like,
and I was
There
like,
ain't no way I
times.
wouldn't have bought that.
I thought you did, and you said you didn't. I was like,
Nah,
the
it
heck?
must have been beat.
No,
There ain't no way.
They weren't beat.
Number 4, AirTech Challenge 2 U.S. Open colorway, the first one, and the Wimbledon colorway, the first one.
They're not underrated.
Yes, they are.
They
If
sell
you
for like
can't find them on Earth,
$500.
No one, but that's the whole thing. If you can't find them, then nobody's talking about it. Very underrated.
Because everybody's wearing them or selling them for.
but I figure if no one,
No,
I figure,
they're not selling them for that price. That's the point. You can't find them anywhere.
I figured that means they're not underrated. Like no one's gonna sell their pairs.
Yeah, I think that's.
If no one's talking about it and no one's trying to sell them for $1,000 or $500 or whatever, that to me that means it's underrated.
The only ones that I've seen
I
for
feel
sale
like
are
that means
like
that they're
$500.
fire.
Yeah.
Like literally, no one's talked about them since the release happened because they only came out at one store and that was it.
Yeah, but
they're fire.
I figure like if you can't
That
find
doesn't
them,
mean you can't be fire and underrated. What are you talking about?
That's like
we're
saying-
not,
that's
we're
like
not
saying-
putting shoes on our list that
That's like
suck,
saying that
are
undefeated
underrated.
4s are underrated because nobody sells them.
No, that's not. That's
Well,
completely
you
different.
think Jordan
Undefeated
2
4 sells for $30,000?
you think Jordan 2 lows suck.
No, I didn't say they suck. They're not for me.
I think they're underrated.
Yeah, that's fine. I told
But
you. I told you on that shoe. I understand why.
I figure like the ATCT Wimbledon, ATCT2, ATC2, whatever. I feel like if like you can't find them, that means like they're just that much fire. Like
if there were pairs floating around everywhere for $1,000 and people were paying it, then I would understand what you're saying. But you can't find them.
Exactly, because when
they're keeping them.
Because they're keeping them, and when they do sell, they
That
do
doesn't
sell
mean
for
they
like.
can't be underrated, though. Just because people are keeping them.
I don't know. I guess. I mean, I don't know.
That's not something to me that would mean it's overrated or properly rated. Means that there's actually pairs out there being sold for $1,000 or $500 or whatever the number is. You can't even find them.
I think that means they're like a Hall of Flames.
They are
They
Hall
might
of
be Hall
Flames,
of
but they
Flames,
still
yeah.
can be underrated too. That's what doesn't make any sense.
I have a question for you guys after we're done. By the way,
All right, number 2, or no, number 3. Sorry, Jordan Team 1, got to be on there. Completely underrated. No one even talks about it. They came back out and they've
yeah, I was gonna text you because they have them at Marshalls by my house for $39.99.
You should have just bought them for me and not even text them. It's $40. Pay you back later. Jordan Team 1, doesn't matter what color. The first, the black and white and the white and black. First 2, I had both. Super dope. If they were cheaper when they came back out,
I just think when they retroed again, a lot of people didn't even know what they were. I think only us.
younger people don't. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, they look to me when the retro came out, it looked more bulky than it did when it
I thought it
first
looked
came
the
out.
same, but it
was
looked
weird.
cheaper.
Well, that too, but it looked to me it looked like something was bigger or something. Number 2, yes, pause. Number 2, Jordan 1 Low OG, any color. You guys already both put it number 1 on your list.
What is your number 1?
I don't know why you didn't have it on your list, but number 2,
What?
any Jordan 1 Low OG, any color.
You had it on
doesn't
the
matter.
list.
That's my number 1.
No, not that. The number 1 that I have. Number 1 is Air Max 90 Hyperfuse Infrared. By far the most underrated shoe of all time.
Why?
What do you mean, why?
I don't consider it the most underrated. I consider it more important as far as a monochrome sneaker than red Yeezys. It's the most important monochrome sneaker of all time.
Not the red one, infrared.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Oh, yeah.
You're right.
Exactly.
No, oh no.
Yes, underrated. It's been number 1 on your best shoe of all time list.
My bad.
Most people don't even care
Yeah,
about it.
it's
Yeah, like, I don't care
one
about
A.
it.
Yes, Air
You
Max
should,
90
though.
Hyperfuse
You have any?
Infrared.
Yeah, I've got hyperfuse.
Flames.
It's actually you're right.
Flames.
Now number 1A. Yeah, I don't know. Man.
Hey, I'm fine with putting Jordan OG 1 Low number 1. I'm fine with it, but
It's
that
very-
shoe needs to be right there.
It's very underrated.
So I have a question. Since we're talking about underrated, and somebody brought up a shoe that you never see for sale anymore. Whatever happened, and I hate to bring it up because we bring it up. Whatever happened to the Dornbecker What the Dunk?
My God.
The Dornbecker What the Dunks that they auctioned off last year. I have not seen a pair for sale since the auctions.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I don't think I have either. Does anybody own those?
I have no idea. I've never seen a pair, and I haven't heard anything about a pair since the auctions ended.
Because there's definitely none on Flight Club.
No, but I think there's only 1 per size run, or maybe 2 per size. So there's maybe only like 10 or 20 pairs in existence.
God, that was
I didn't even know that existed.
No, you did.
You did. We talked about
maybe
it.
at the
No, you
time
did
I
at the time.
It was that one where like everybody trolled Nike and the pairs after a couple hours of bidding, all of them were at like
Yeah.
a couple $100,000, and then Nike cut the auctions and restarted them the next day.
Because everybody was
Says
just
here
bidding like
the
crazy.
lowest price that one sold for was $10,100.
Yeah. Well, I mean, what happened? Everybody
know.
just threw them in cases, I guess, in their houses or in their businesses or whoever bought them. Because I have not seen a pair for
I've
sale
never seen a pair in my
or
entire
heard
life.
anybody say anything about them since the auctions
Oh, yeah,
ended.
these suck. I mean, I'm glad. Good job making money for the hospital. Shout out, but these suck.
God bless.
That's literally like a staple topic on the podcast. God, I hope my voice doesn't sound too crazy on this. Anything else?
I think that's all. Thanks for listening. Click those likes. Give us comments. Appreciate
Subscribe.
the feedback. Subscribe.
USC Alabama on Saturday. Biggest
Alabama on
college football
Saturday.
game this season.
We only have to suffer through one more week of preseason football. Then it's on to the real
simple.
life.
Ain't nobody watching preseason football, son. This is opening
I am.
college football.
I'm watching both.
Who
all
watches
right.
The
college
Redskins
football?
went to the Bucks tonight, and 27 players didn't even get on the plane to go.
I'm still watching it. But college football is king this weekend. Facts.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for Colin Kaepernick and the latest saga.
All right.
in the
Is this the
49ers.
sneak diss?
That's the sneak diss.
Bing, 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 boing.